Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ultra Hardware number 96214. This is what's called a screen door catch. And this is shown in a zinc finish. I have one removed from the packaging so that we can take a closer look at it and talk about where you use it and why you would use it. I have one removed from the packaging, and this is what it looks like. And this contraption, to I think people who don't know what it looks like applied, can be quite confusing. At least I know it is for me. So the bottom line is this is what it looks like when the door is in the closed position. So what happens here is you would install this onto the pull side of the door. And if it is a single door, you'll install it on the jamb. You can install it on the header too. That might be a better idea depending on your application. And just to make a reasonably quick sketch here, to somewhat illustrate what it is supposed to look like. So that's your door obviously in the closed position. So what happens is this gizmo is, for all intents purposes, going to look like that when the door is in the closed position. Let me recreate the drawing when the door is in the open position. An artist I am not. However, understanding how this hardware work, I can take a small amount of credit for. So this is what will look like in the open position versus the closed position. So what happens is, and what we don't really have drawn in here, of course, is the spring. So what happens is the door is going to close. It's going to hit the roller that you don't otherwise see, and then it's going to force the unit to collapse over on itself. So looking like this, how your drawing was shown, as the door is going to close, it's going to hit this roller, and as you continue to pull the door closed, it's going to force that to come and keep the door in the closed position. When you push the door open again, not a lot of force is really going to be required to make that open. Nice soft rubber rollers that are here. Now, we've shown how you install it. Top of the door on the jamb. If it was me, I probably would like to place it on the jamb because it's going to be primarily out of the way when the door is opened. Primarily out of the way. It will encroach a bit into the opening, naturally. But I would want the place where I'm placing the force to push and pull the door open and closed to be, fairly close to where this is. I don't want to be inflicting twist in my screen door or your storm door or your wooden screen door, because you're dealing with light doors, thin wooden doors that generally do not have a latch. You might just have a hook and eye and a small pull handle on this little tiny storm door. Very typical and common that you'll want to keep the door in the not only closed position, but you specifically don't want it to open for no reason beyond you manually opening the door, pushing it open, or pulling it open. You don't want it to be able to be just interrupted and made open ajar. You might simply want to keep something in the latch position. I can certainly, when we sell wooden storm door hardware, wooden screen door hardware, it's to people who have retreats, cabins, things of this nature, where they're going to buy full surface or half surface spring hinges. They might be buying a small knob by lever latch assembly that they might have them to provide privacy, which would make they do have them where it will render the outside knob inoperative. But if you just don't want a latch, but you want the door to be in the otherwise closed position, you may not want the dog to be able to just rock that door open and to be able to get in or get out. And a small enough dog, I think, would not force this to kick open. So keeping the door in the secured position closed is what the job of this item is. It's an inexpensive item, that's to be sure. It's made of steel with a zinc plating on it. Okay, it's going to come with a couple of screws for getting it attached. In terms of an installation instruction sheet, that's certainly going to be on your own to accommodate. There is no installation instructions. I would simply hold that on the frame and I would open and close the door. I would mark my holes. I would then pre-drill my holes and then I would finish my installation is what I would go about doing. Okay. Very typical. Let's take some basic dimensions. Overall height of the base looks like it's about 1 inch and 13/16. And overall width of the unit looks like it's about 2 and 11/16. In the total projected position, I'll hold it upside down, it'll be easier to determine that, about 3 1/8. Okay, so obviously this portion needs to encroach into the door space. Your door is going to need to reside somewhere here. So really, without them being shown how it's installed, even though we do have a couple of customer supplied photos shown down below, you're going to hold this back off of the edge of the jamb just a bit, just enough to allow that door to come in and push that closed. I would guess you're probably going to be looking to hold that back maybe 3/8 of an inch, this edge from the jamb, and that should allow you to get a really nice installation. Okay, typical. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Ultra hardware products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the Ultra? This is their part number, 96214, screen door catch and a zinc finish, or any other Ultra product. Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.